If you were here, I could deceive you. Wow, 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 wow. If you were here, you would believe. No? All right. Hello, welcome to the Yes Year podcast. My name is James. I'm joined by my co-host, Beth. Beth, how's it going today?
Good.
Cool. Well, last week we took a bit of a reprieve due to Beth being under the weather. You definitely sound a lot better than you did. I don't know, you used to have mucus, but you sound so much better than what you did, and you look a lot better too. So luckily she is feeling better. We're back on track with our 48th episode, and we will be reviewing and discussing 16 Candles. So this movie came out when I was rather young, and I did not go to the movies to watch it. However, we did rent it often from the video store, and I absolutely loved Farmer Ted. I'll just spoiler alert, favorite character. This movie stars people that were part of the Brat Pack, which was a nickname given to teenagers that were acting in the movies at this time, such as Molly Ringwald, Anthony Michael Hall, and Emilio Estevez, that crew. And one thing this movie did give me was a bit of a bent reality on what high school was going to be like. But overall, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. Of the time, I should say. So yeah. So, this is one of your favorite movies, too?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's cool. Yeah, because you actually own this copy. I didn't even have to get it because I just got to use yours. So yeah. 16 Candles is a comedy romance that was released May 4th, 1984. It runs a little over an hour and a half, but to me, does not seem like it. It's a relatively quick movie. Maybe that's just because I've seen it so much and I know what to expect, but it just, I think that some of John Hughes' movies are just run that way. It is, of course, written and directed by John Hughes, who gave us a majority of those movies in the 80s, such as this, The Breakfast Club, St. Elmo's Fire. And it stars actors such as Molly Ringwald, Anthony Michael Hall, Justin Henry, John Cusack, Joan Cusack, and Michael Shuffling. The movie is about a girl whose 16th birthday is basically ruined by her family and school, while she suffers from just about every embarrassment possible, in my opinion. The movie was a smash at the box office, having a budget of $6.5 million and ending up grossing almost $24 million. The movie also has a pretty killer soundtrack to it. One of the things about the movie is that it has not necessarily aged well with some of it, the events that happen and everything like that. But while the movie is meant to be a comedy, there are parts that when looked back upon now are not exactly funny, I guess you could say, like people, with the whole culture of how things are changing. But that being said, the movie remains PG. So there is that. I mean, PG rating. I don't know if they update ratings on movies. Do you know that? Like if they change from like, oh, well, now this would be a rated R movie or vice versa. Something that used to be rated R is now a PG-13. So.
Actually, I think I've heard once where they did that, where they did change it to an R rating.
Really?
PG. Yeah, I can't remember for what movie. I think I heard, because like they'll do that a lot with trailers. When trailers come out, because they're not finished with the movie.
Yeah.
They'll release a trailer and it'll say like PG-13 or something, so that you think, you're like, oh, I can take my kid to go see this. So people don't realize, and then they change it to an R rating. You show up, and then it's like a marketing tactic. I could be wrong. People be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've heard of that before.
Yeah. Well, I know that they, one of the movies that I can't remember which one that we reviewed, but it was one of the ones that they actually created the PG-13 rating for, so that way you could get kids still into it, because before there was just PG and R. So they came up with PG-13. But this isn't even PG-13. It's just PG. So, yeah. So, regardless of whatever, it's a great movie, in my opinion. So, do you have anything before we start into it?
Nope.
No? All right. So, the movie begins in a quiet neighborhood that looks like any other. A mother yells for the kids to get up, and we see kids interacting as kids do, and we find out that there is a wedding that is happening the next day. I like that when the dad never seems to be able to get into the bathroom whenever he wants to. Like the entire movie, it's kind of a running joke that every time this poor guy wants to go to the bathroom, either somebody's in there or something horrible has happened in there.
Has he been in other things that we've watched? I like him.
The dad?
Yeah, I feel like he's played a dad on other things.
I don't think in anything that we've watched yet that he has. But I do like him as a dad too. I think he's a stable character. I also like how his face really gives away how he's feeling. Like, again, when he comes back out of the bathroom. Oh, he was in
Runaway Bride.
He's the dad in Runaway Bride,
yep.
Yeah. Which we have, of course, not reviewed yet, but a great movie. Yeah, he's her dad. Thank you. So.
Yeah, I was going to say I've seen him in other things where he played a dad. I just couldn't think of it, and I forgot to look it up.
So you've seen Runaway Bride. That's interesting. I didn't know that you've seen
a lot of those movies.
Yeah?
Yes.
Julia Roberts movies.
Julia Roberts.
Yeah, she's one of your faves. Have you ever seen Steel Magnolias?
Nope.
All right. So that's a sad one.
I always get Julia Roberts mixed up with what's her name?
Sandra Bullock?
Sandra Bullock, every time.
Yeah.
And either I'll be able to remember one of the names and not the other. And, you know, it's so frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah, they're both two of my favorite.
They don't even really look alike either.
No, but they're, of the time, they were kind of like the staple actresses to go to. Mm-hmm. Like you were
very talented.
You were either seeing Sandra Bullock or Julia Roberts movies, and they are very similar in acting. Apparently, they're both really funny. Like, funny people.
I think they're both very talented, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. And they've both done comedy movies. They do rom-com movies. They've done horror serious movies.
Yeah.
So, I mean, give it to them for being able to be versatile. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you ever get a chance, watch Steel Magnolias, man, that's a good movie. It's sad. Some sad stuff happens in that movie. So we then find the girl looking at herself in the mirror, judging how she is 16, but still looks 15. She's talking to her friend on the phone about it, and then says she has to go downstairs so her parents can wish her a happy birthday. As she waits for the bus, she realizes that everyone has forgotten her birthday. I like how her mom actually gives her guff. Like, don't give me that pouty face. And she's like, what? Are you kidding me? She's like, you have nothing else to say? She's like, that's it? She's like, they forgot. So we then get to credits, and you see the typical 80s high school while doing so. You know, the guys wearing pink and having mullets, and girls with acid wash jeans. So then we're back to the girl, Sam, who is talking to her friend about her family forgetting her birthday. She continues to talk about what her expectations for her birthday were since she was 12 and how the whole idea is blown. So,
I can relate a lot to this movie.
I was literally about to ask you
what I did for my 16th birthday.
I know what you did for your 16th.
I went and I worked and I went home and that was it.
Look, nobody's.
I didn't get any kind of cool. Oh, here's a car that they always tell you you're gonna get in the movies, or even I didn't even get like a dessert that year. That year sucked. I hated my 16th birthday.
Oh, well, good memories. But good things come to those who wait. You eventually got a car, and you got the dessert.
I didn't get a car. I got handed down a car that wasn't mine. It's not like you guys got that car for me.
We got that car for us, and with the intention of you guys driving it.
Yeah, so don't say you got a car.
But you get to drive the car. There's a whole bunch of 16-year-old people that don't have a car to drive. Okay. So, while in class, Sam is filling out a questionnaire that asks a lot of personal questions. One of the questions about who would you do it with if you could, and she answers Jake Ryan. Never trust somebody with two first names.
It's a stupid name.
Yeah. I don't like John, you know, people like that. I think we've even talked about that before on here. I don't trust people with two first names. But he's kind of busy staring at her. Did you see? He's just like creepily staring at the back of her head, because even when she turns around to look, and he's just sitting there like right in her eyes. She drops the questionnaire behind her so that her friend can get it. However, she is knocked out, and Jake ends up intercepting it. Sam finds out that her friend Randy did not get the note, and Sam is mortified. Like, she's terrified who got this note. We then see Jake discussing Sam with another guy while they do fake pull-ups. I like in the background while they are doing so, the little kid is getting thrown around by the huge guy.
There's a lot going on in the background of this movie.
I was literally about to say that I actually really appreciate this movie for a lot of the background stuff. Like, I don't mention it, but when she's at the dance and the parents keep throwing that kid back in, he's like, I don't want to go. And then he's like, woo, 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 woo. And then like later, they force him in there again. He's like, I want to be with you guys. I'm just like, that's so funny, man. That little stuff like that going on is just makes it for me. So we then see Sam and Randy looking at Jake's current girlfriend, Carolyn, in the shower and talking about how perfect and nice she is. So then Sam and Randy are on the bus and discuss how crappy it is to have to ride on it. Can you relate to that?
I miss riding the bus. My bus wasn't like that at all.
Yeah? You actually had like friends and stuff like that?
No. It was just quiet.
Oh, it was just quiet, reflective time. See, I wanted to ride the bus, but we apparently lived one house over too close. So I could not ride the bus as a kid. I had to ride my bike to school.
Oh,
literally.
So you walked?
No, I rode a bike. And that's so many times I would sit there and have my shoelaces get caught around the pedal. And then I'd have to wreck my bike in order to land and stop because I had no brake. Because I couldn't brake. Because I couldn't put I couldn't put the pedals back to stop. It would be all tight. There was no way to do it because the shoelace would wrap around.
Slip out the back.
It wouldn't happen. I couldn't.
No, you can.
Well, I wish you would have been there to tell me because I gotta tell you, I have many a wreck. And then the people just sitting in the car watching me because I'd have to do it.
I'd be all like, oh, that kid just ate it.
Oh my gosh, and I did. I ate it ugly on concrete. Unforgiving.
Were you also like chunky then?
Yes. So that fat kid with ugly clothes just wrecked himself out.
Ugly clothes?
Yeah, I don't know why. I didn't have ugly clothes.
No, that's disrespectful.
It is disrespectful. I take that back. I did not have ugly clothes. I probably had messy hair because I didn't care.
That's the norm for you.
Yeah. Like right now.
You're bald.
I know I have hair.
You have a lot of hair. You need a good cutting.
I'm woofy.
Yeah.
I am. I agree. But look, I've got a little poof in front.
You look all square.
Do I look like a Minecraft character? Is that what you're going to tell me? Or Roblox character? That's what you guys always end up telling me, that I look all square like Steve or whatever his name.
You look like a shape.
Well, you look like a shape. You said a sheep. Like, I don't want to look like a sheep. Ram you. You don't know that reference. That's Babe. Anyway.
And why would I know that? Why wouldn't I know that reference? I've seen Babe.
Do you remember Bob Ram You?
I've never seen that movie.
We almost got E for explicit. I'm telling you right now. We were almost E for explicit.
That's going to change the rest of the entire episode. I'm just sort of swearing like a sailor.
Oh, hey. All right. So, a whole bunch of kids, including Randy, get off of the bus.
That's how it is on bus stops. It's really like that. There's like one stop that picks up half the bus.
Yeah.
And then there's like 17 more stops for each one individual kid for like the rest of the streets. But like the one stop that drops off everyone, like for me it was for an apartment complex.
Oh wow.
So we'd have half the bus leave after like the second or first stop, and then the rest of the ride home is just like quiet and mellow.
Nice. See, I really wanted to have the bus experience.
It really because I thought it was
because I'm telling you this, like even though she looked miserable on the bus and everything like that, like the music, that's fun. That looked fun to me.
I have fallen asleep. The bus is like one of the most comfortable places to. I've fallen asleep on the bus multiple times. Twice of the times I had missed my stop because of it, and the guy got really mad at me. And then there's like memes now for where my generation is, where it's like, because we can drive now, there's like memes being like, remember when you like have the head on the window and like it vibrates and that certain thing, but I know exactly what they're talking about because that's how that is. Or like being in the back of the bus, or like the holes that'll be filled in because like people put poke their fingers through.
Yeah.
And like the weird yellow inside and being like, what is this? And then pulling more of it out and being the jerk who does that. And then drawing things on the windows right in the morning after it's rained or when it's cold.
Yeah.
There's just like certain stuff that feels with it.
Well, at least you have that memory of doing that, man. I don't have that. You know what I have a memory? This kid named Mark. And yeah, I'm going to say his name. Mark. The bus was going by and I was waiting for my mom to come pick me up because we were doing that thing where we were going and skating at Taylor Park. And he threw this little bottle out of the window and it hit me right in my head.
I've done that to
That's
somebody.
assault.
Yeah. We were driving to school or like one of those schools or rather from and an orange that someone had like handed me. They're like, hey Beth, throw this out the window. Right at the window and it hit someone.
That's assault.
It's assault. I got scared.
It's not funny.
Because they were all like, you can get in trouble for that. And I was like, then why would you make me do I pelted the thing. I was
yeah. He flung that thing out there and it bounced right off my head and it hurt really bad.
It's a little kid.
I was in middle school. I still have trauma about that, obviously.
Year. That was really fun. Hanging out the window, like, eat this. It's like a half peeled orange.
Ew.
Yeah, anyway. They were throwing the peels out the window, and then I threw that. There was also like this one bump that you hit, and when the bus hit it, the back, like if you jumped at the same time you hit it, you flew up. Oh, like you literally just like lost gravity because of the way it worked. It like launched you more, like further more into the air. So these kids would go like, "All right, it's coming," and it hit, and then everyone's like smacking their heads on the top of the bus, and the bus driver's going, "Oh, you darn kids, ha ha ha." Why are bus drivers always so old?
I don't know.
If you're a bus driver.
Somebody said that they were. Some people were like, I just started my new job, but these kids are driving me crazy. I'm just gonna park this thing in the parking lot and leave. Just a bus full of
people
kids.
Put a lot of trust into bus drivers. They could just keep driving. They could just drive off.
Yeah. Apparently, Tabby's bus driver ran a red light, a stop sign the other day. Just drove right through it.
My bus driver's done that too.
That's crazy.
I don't have one anymore, but.
God rest his soul.
No, I swear we had one, and she was ancient. And one day, like I was talking to like sophomore or junior year, I was talking to someone, and I was like, man, one of these days she's just gonna eat it and being like the paper, and we're just not gonna know. We're just gonna have a sub forever. And for like 5 weeks, we had where they were circling through new bus drivers for us, and we were like, oh my god, we were late like every day. Going to school because of this. Yep. And then finally they got a new one, this guy that they stuck with. And I'm like, dude, did she die?
You know what her name was? Miss Gale.
I wasn't trying to dox her like that.
Oh.
Because I hate when you do that.
It's just a first name.
It's a last name.
Oh, that was her last name?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I thought it was her first name.
People know our county.
Oh, you're right.
You know how hard it's not that hard to just type things in and be like, oh.
Well, I mean, but rest in peace, though.
I mean, if she's actually dead.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's why you guys...
I was nice to her. She gave me candy.
She was a sweet lady.
She liked me a lot because I'd be on the bus before they let the school out because we got back from the one school earlier. So we had like 10 minutes where we're just chilling on this bus and we talked to her. And she'd like give us candy and stuff and she liked us. And she let me get away with a lot of things because she didn't like when people swore. But I sat like right behind her and I'd be like, damn, all these... And she'd be like, ah ha 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 ha. And then she died.
Anyway. So, all the people get off the bus and when they do
Can you imagine she's not dead and she listens to the podcast?
I'm pretty sure she was. I don't even know that that's her real name. I made a guess. I'm being serious. I have no clue.
Miss Gale, if you're listening, I appreciated all that you did for us.
Yeah, me too.
I'm pretty sure you almost killed us multiple times.
Thanks for...
She busted a tire once. It, like, exploded.
Yeah.
You remember? And I texted you. I was like, please come get me. I don't want to wait on this damn bus.
And I did.
Yeah. And then she was like... She wasn't letting some of the kids off without ID from the parents.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, is smart, but...
Yeah.
I'm just going to walk home.
I just hold my face up to the window. No, like, yep, that's it. That's it.
With the shades on. With the shades on.
Yeah, of course.
You gotta have the shades and the beard.
That's the only way.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise... Well, at that point in time, I didn't have a beard.
No, you were still riddled with the...
You stop that. You stop that. So Ted, or the geek, approaches Sam and begins to hit on her.
Oh, God.
She basically gives him the cold shoulder and tries to get rid of him.
I'm so tired.
But he is relentless. Nice.
Do you know what time I went to bed last night?
3 a.m.?
7 a.m.
Oh my God. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing that's so important that you're up that late?
Well, I was playing a game until 5 a.m. And then I talked to my friends for another 2 hours.
If you stay up playing... Look, you email us at theyesteryearpodcast@gmail.com. If you stay up because you're playing games and that kind of stuff, then you can't complain about being like, go to bed.
Well, it's not necessarily true because the night before when I stayed up till 5 a.m., I genuinely just couldn't sleep.
Oh. But I'm going to get you those gummies.
Oh my God, these gummies.
Yeah, man. Goalie gummies.
Solve cancer. I'm not going to get you any real help like melatonin. I want melatonin gummies.
I'm not getting you melatonin gummies. These things are better than melatonin.
Says who?
Goalie.
Goalie.
Yeah. Goalie's a new sponsor of us, by the way. Please buy them through our website.
Look, and now it'll be more genuine because next week or the week after, whenever I get these damn gummies, I'm going to start taking them and then we're going to be all back on the podcast and I'm going to be all like, these gummies changed my life.
Yeah, but then you're going to be tired trying to play video games at 6 in the morning. Hey, right. You jerk. Well, go to bed. Okay,
so what happens is I'll fix my sleep schedule and I'll be going to bed at like 2 a.m. You know, whatever, fine, like normal times. Waking up at like 3 in the morning. Or not 3, but 6 a.m. For school. But the thing is Tuesdays, whenever Tuesdays come around, I don't have school anymore in person. I do not work Tuesdays. I sleep all day.
Yeah.
I woke up at like 6 p.m. this Tuesday. Came downstairs and I'm like, anyway, what's for dinner?
Right. What's for breakfast?
Right. And then I stayed up until 5 in the morning playing games and such. And then for the rest of the week, I now have to battle trying to fix my sleep schedule again and being exhausted so that when I come next to Tuesday again, I'm tired again. So I'm just gonna sleep all day. I'm so excited for tomorrow.
You need to get your sleep schedule straight.
Tomorrow, day after tomorrow. I know. Next week is spring break though.
This whole week is. It's this week.
I know. We count Sundays at the beginning of the week. No, it goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
This week.
I know, but I don't say this week. This week
it's not next week.
It's Monday to Sunday.
You're a Satanist.
This upcoming week.
Satanist, whatever.
Stupid.
So anyway.
How does it feel to be wrong?
I don't know. That's my life. What do you want me to do?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
No. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yep.
And then what? And then
Sunday, Monday.
You don't repeat it again and again. How does it end?
It doesn't. It's like the song that never.
You remember how does the months one?
January, February.
No, you're doing. January, February, March, and April, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. I missed a month. And December. These are the months of the year.
Ba ba ba. Sunday, Monday.
Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah, throwback. So
somebody give me a drink.
Straight up.
I'm too sober.
Or with ice. Right. Since she's hit 18, ladies and gentlemen, now she just drinks like a fish. She drinks like Ponyo.
No, I got no emails from any of the listeners going, happy birthday.
Yeah, well, we kind of threw it on them. We kind of were like, oh, by the way, we're not doing a podcast this week because it's Beth's and she's sick.
Yeah. Was last week my birthday?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, last Friday was your birthday, and you fell sick.
I got sick immediately after.
Yeah.
Too much drinking.
She was... Now we got her on a program. It's unfortunate. So, no program.
God. There's people who are like actually out there listening to us who have gone through that. And we're just like, ha 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 ha.
Look, man, I've been through so much in my life, and really? I still joke. I've been... No, but that's what I'm saying. But when you joke me up about it, I don't sit there and get all... So you have to look at the brighter side of life. So I say brighter side. Brighter side of life. Laugh at yourself, too.
You seem like one of those people that are like, You know, so you, like, in comparison, as an example, you would have scraped your knee.
Yeah.
The other person would have lost theirs.
Gotcha.
And you're like, no, these are the same.
Look, man.
That's how it feels. Because whenever we talk about it, that's what it seems like.
Do I need to pull the card? About the Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, you can pull it. I'm just going to be really disrespectful.
Okay, I'm not going to pull
Don't pull it.
So...
It's going to get really ugly really fast. You got to pull that, and then the next 8 podcast episodes going to be just bad.
Oh.
We'll keep pulling it up.
Forget about it then.
Sydney used that card in her college essay and got in. And she said that she thinks it's purely because she used that card because her SAT scores were garbage.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I would believe it. That people love that kind of
garbage.
So
I won't say that, I'm sorry.
Good. I do appreciate the fact that the whole time that Farmer Ted is coming at Sam,
it's made me violently uncomfortable. So let me say this. Okay, the first time I watched this movie, I thought Farmer Ted was the funniest I thought it was a really good, funny movie. Second time I watched it when I was a little bit older, I was like, okay, yeah, this is funnier because I understand it more. Yeah, because I'm older now, and now watching it now, I'm like, this is blatant harassment. Yeah. If I was in this position, I would have just been so pissed. Yeah, I would have hurt him because. It would have just gotten that far. Yeah. I would have been terrified of this buzz, too, because, I mean, blatant harassment happens throughout this entire movie. The one, later on, he makes the joke about, or he doesn't even joke. Jake just goes, he's like, I got a girl upstairs, like, knocked out right now. I could just go do whatever I want. And then Farmer Tell goes, what are you waiting for? Right. What? I hate men. Yeah. I hate you. I understand. You are disgusting.
I understand.
What is wrong with you people? And I was like, how did this get passed? That's not funny.
Right. That's what I was talking about earlier.
That's awful.
It is awful. What is great is the girl that's sitting next to them on the bus. Oh, God. That's in the neck and body brace.
She's coming back.
That's Joan Cusack. That's John Cusack's sister. You know in Runaway Bride?
Yes.
The best friend? No, that's her.
I lied. I thought you were going to talk about Better Off Dead.
No, she's not in Better Off Dead. But that's John Cusack, who is in Better Off Dead.
Oh, you see how I tied that together?
Yeah, you're awesome.
You want to blow this eyelash?
Yeah, let me make a wish. You stink.
I just rubbed it away.
You jerk. Oh, I even closed my eyes.
Yo, so fun fact. Today I was at work for 8-9 hours. Yeah. I got there so early. Yeah. Why did you let me leave so early?
I thought you were being a good employee.
No, I was in at 1 o'clock and I'm leaving the house. It takes me 10 minutes to get there. I'm leaving the house at 12:28. That is not even 12:28. It was like 12:23.
Yeah.
I woke up, so I had I set an alarm for 10 o'clock so I could watch this movie, do everything, and be done. I went to bed at 7. I was fully aware I was going to be getting 2 hours of sleep. If that. I woke up at 10 o'clock and I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I said, no.
I put that timer way back down. I woke up again at 11:30. I said, I don't even have time to watch this movie. No. I don't even care. Might as well just do it at work.
Yeah.
Woke up again. I set the alarm for 12:30. And then the anxiety of having to wake up for work came in. So it woke me up again at 12:05, and I was like, I have to get ready right now. I got dressed in a minute. I grabbed the thing, had everything together, had my keys and everything, grabbed the Pop-Tart. Because if I don't eat, I stay asleep mentally. I just don't wake up. And so I came downstairs to give you the thing, and I'm sitting here at 12:20, if that, leaving the house. And I got to work, and I'm looking at the time. What am I supposed to do for 40 minutes? I'm just sitting here.
Yeah.
I can't even clock in yet. Oh. Because you have to have the 10 minutes beforehand, or else you automatically clock in. And I was like, I don't even want to go in. So I took a nap in my car.
Oh, did you really? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That's interesting.
And then I went in, and he was like, yeah, I noticed you pulled in really early. And I was like, I don't want to talk about it. Where am I? That's not even what I wanted to say. What was I talking about? There was something I was going to say about what happened at work today.
Yeah.
What did you say? Repeat what you said. We're talking about Better Off Dead.
Yeah. I don't know.
What happened in the movie just now? I said fun fact. What was the fun fact?
I don't know. Looking back and forth real fast.
12-7. I remembered. Okay. So, anyways, my 8-hour, 9-hour shift. Basically, I was chewing gum, trying to keep my mind awake, and I blew bubble with this gum. This brand of gum is perfect for bubbles. It just goes huge, and it popped on my glasses.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No.
And I said, "Well, this is it, Lord. Here I go. See you soon." And I'm looking at my friend, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? So I go in the back, and I turn on, like, the hot water, and try to, like, rub it off, and, like, heat, I don't know, just kind of get it off, and I'm sitting here trying to, like, wipe it away on, like, my shirt or something, and I'm putting my glasses back on, and they're just blurry. I'm like, I can't see with this. Get one of the alcohol wipes. And get that all nice and clean. It was like HD vision. I hadn't seen so good in so long. My stuff was dirty. It was disrespectful. I was like, oh my gosh. I could see everyone's pores.
Sick. Yeah. So Sam gets home and sees the grandparents are there.
I can't remember why that related. That related somehow. Relates.
You just said it was a fun fact, so it's good.
But it was supposed to, like, the bubble on this, like,
I don't know.
Blowing it on was supposed to relate to something, and now everyone's gonna be like, that was stupid. Not worth my time.
Thanks for the story.
Huh? You didn't even laugh.
I did. I chuckled. So
I pitied.
So she tries to sneak off before being seen by the first set. And she's seen by them, so she has to say hi, which is obnoxious. So, like, I'm taking that's his parents.
Happy first day of April, by the way.
Not yet.
No, it's March 28th. I was just trying to get you.
You made me look.
Yeah.
They're camping out in her room, but I've also forgotten Sam's birthday. While getting away from the first set, she runs into the second of her set of her grandparents, who embarrass her by giving her heck about her chest and then actively feeling her up. Not okay. None of this
Again,
is okay.
Harassment.
Yeah. He's, let me get my magnifying glass. It's like creepy. As she goes into Mike's room, but there is an exchange student staying in there named Long Duck Dong.
I think we talked about this, but did you ever have one of those?
A creepy grandparent?
No.
Or a Long Duck Dong?
An exchange student.
I've met them. There were, in my school, we had a lot of Russian exchange students.
Gosh, I love Russian accents.
Yeah, there was a girl, but I felt really bad because every time people would talk to these kids, like there were these two kids that were brothers, and they moved there from the country, so they weren't foreign exchange. But everybody was like, oh, let's make them say words, and I'm like, that's so rude. I mean,
that's what I would do.
I know, but
you have a funny accent. Say funny word.
Funny word, but I'm talking like they were trying to teach them like immediately cuss words. Years. So
that's smart.
And they did the same thing to the girl too. They're like, hey, say this word. It means something else. And I'm just like, you people are not nice. You're just going to give them trust issues. That's what you're going to do. In the end, is it funny?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you giving them trust issues? Yeah. So.
It's not me. Ow.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm still recovering.
Remnants.
Damn allergies.
So,
you know what I'm not excited for?
Summer?
The cicadas.
Oh.
Because, it's a 17-year thing.
They're coming.
I'm just not going to leave the house.
You can't hear. They're so loud
but
that
it's going to be
deafening.
It's the ones from 17 years ago that are coming back up.
They're going to be
they're going to be everywhere. They were saying flying into people's hair and such.
Oh, yeah, they do that. Yeah, you want to keep your hair back under a hat or something because they'll get in there. Horrible.
I will not. I really just don't think I'm going to be going to work. I can't see why I would want to leave the house.
You know my suit that I used for bees when I had bees before they flew away? You can use that and wear that all the time.
Oh my gosh. I would. They're going to hit me and I'm going to be like, ugh.
Yeah, they'll
be vomit.
They're big too, man. Those things are so big. Ugh. So Sam comes down to talk about to talk about it with her mom about the dance she wants to go to, and her mom still does not remember her birthday. Her brother also informs her that she will be sleeping on the couch. She talks with her sister Jenny about her fiance Rudy and how he has loved her for 6 whole months.
Oh, fun fact! You just reminded me. Yeah. Okay. By the way, this relationship is garbage.
Yeah.
He sucks.
I've had lots of men who have loved me, but not for 6 whole months.
Oh God.
Yeah, and, Rudy's the best.
And, anyways, so there's a game, and it's called Murder Trivia Party. It's a Jackbox game, and it's just about a bunch of different trivia. It's a trivia game. Yeah. I suck at trivia. I don't know anything, but I won. It's really? Incredibly hard, and I won this last week this game, and I was so proud of myself. And it was the last winning question was, which of these are Jupiter's moons? And it was just the first 2.
Is it Io?
They have a lot of moons.
Yeah, I think he has 9. You pig!
I have acid reflux. That's true. When I talk for long periods of time, after not doing it for a long time.
Yeah. You get acid reflux?
I burp because it's a lot of talking, too much talking for me. So I talk a lot. The podcast has helped a lot with that. When I call people, like beforehand, I would just burp a lot, and they'd be like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I honest to God can't control it because I'm talking so much. I'm inhaling a lot more.
You inhale and swallow at the same time.
So that's what I'm saying.
Huh,
yeah.
Okay. Huh. Oh, so it's helping you. Good. I absolutely love the Jenny and what's his name? I just said it. Rudy relationship. I think they're garbage people.
I do too.
I think she's garbage.
I think she sucks too.
She sucks.
Okay, ow.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That hurts so bad. I hate when I'm listening to music and I turn it up really loud and they hit S's like that and it cracks like that.
I'm sorry.
Because I have to be like, what the H? Because it is actual painful.
I'm sorry.
So when I talk, I try to like not enunciate my S's that much. Ladies say like a soft ass S's. So I don't touch my teeth. Because I think that's what C, when you do it, C. But if I don't touch my S's, then it's more like C, and you don't really hear it as much.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just how my brain works.
Okay.
So I know that some people don't really think like that, but I thought I'd share that information so that maybe in your back of your mind you'll go, I will not touch my teeth together, and so for that
Sorry.
Connecting S won't.
But what you were saying?
I don't know what was
Rudy
I saying.
Well, we said that Rudy and Jenny's relationship that they're garbage people and that she sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sam tries to talk about herself, and Jenny gives Sam heck about saying that she just thinks about Sam's being selfish and immature.
Yes.
And she's trying to be like, have this whole conversation with her, and she's like, "You're being an a-hole."
Yeah. I like the way she insulted.
She's so superficial. She's the worst. And she's like, well, thanks. We didn't see Long Duck Dong at dinner with everyone staring at him. It's also great how he's using 2 forks to eat like chopsticks. Did you notice that?
I've never been able to use chopsticks.
No, I don't even bother. Why? I just use a fork. I don't see the point in it. Sam wants to be excused to go to the dance and one of the grandparents makes her take Long Duck Dong with her. We then see the dance and Sam comes in with Randy. They're talking about Jake, and we then see the wall of nerds and geeks watching everyone else. Ted is discussing Sam with 2 of the geeks, saying that by the end of the night, he thinks he and Sam will hook up. While Sam watches Jake and Carolyn dancing, Ted shows up and starts to dance with her. And
oh my God, he ruins everything. Like, honestly, honest to God, if I the first time I watched, I love him. Favorite character, spoiler alert, because he's just funny and he's like, he develops as it goes on. You can tell, like, he portrays the teenage boy so well, like ridiculously well, and I grew up with that, so I know what it's like to be in her situation, having this just garbage kid just being like a jerk for no good reason other than that's what they think is correct.
Right.
And so he's like dancing like this and I would start crying like I would just walk away. I would just cry and walk away.
Standing there, and then all of a sudden,
what the hell is wrong with you?
He's dancing around. They're smelling her and everything like that. He's like,
yeah,
it would be horrible.
Yeah,
it would be a horrible.
It also makes me laugh because when I was watching this, I was thinking about how they actually can't hear any music and they just have to dance.
Right.
So he's so much funnier. Yeah, jumping around all stupid like.
And I like that his friends are just sitting there, just like, good job when she runs out. She gets embarrassed by the situation and runs off, leaving Ted looking dumb and his friends laughing at him. Sam runs into the hall and cries while Ted returns to his geek friends beaten down looking. He makes a bet that he will get proof that he hooked up with Sam by getting to the end of the night by getting her underpants. And they make sure it's girls' underpants, which he's just like, oh. Just offensive to everybody. We also see Long Duck Dong dancing with his new age American girlfriend. Jake comes up.
Who I always thought was like a gym coach.
Oh, no. Because she looks so big compared to
I really thought she was a gym coach.
No, that's Marlene. Jake comes up to Ted and asks him about Sam and basically tells him that they are going out. Carolyn and friends walk by getting high and say hi to Sam. So now Ted comes back to Sam talking to her again in front of Randy and her boyfriend, and they basically tell him to get the hell out of there. Like literally, they're like, get the hell out of here. Which is, he just keeps going on. And Sam wants to get, she's like, I can't deal with this. I gotta go. And he's just like, he's looking the other way, like trying to like talk himself up to say something to her. And he turns around and she's gone.
Yeah.
He just looks up at them and they're just like, yeah, buddy. Yeah, she sucks. Well, old Ted hunts her down again in the car shop and leans on a shelf, knocking a bunch of stuff over. He continues to talk to Sam and annoy her, but it finally comes up that Jake was asking about her. She gets excited and goes to look for him, but not before he first asks if he can have her underpants, which I guess she gives to him. We then see Jake and Carolyn dancing in this gym again, talking about blowing off the dance and going to his house for a party. Jake is distracted by the thought of Sam, and Carolyn calls him out on it, but they decide not to fight about it, and they get out of there. Sam is practicing what she's going to say to Jake and settles on something about a dream. Which I think that was a pretty good thing. I like you had a cigarette. But
yeah, I liked, because that happens. I mean, that's like genuine.
Yeah.
How it goes. I mean, you sit there and you're like, I'm going to say all these different kinds of things. You say something stupid like that. Because like, if say she did go up to him and was like, got a cigarette, and he tried to give her one, what's she gonna do with it?
Right.
She can't smoke it.
She don't smoke. So, yeah, but I like that. Jake, you're never gonna believe it. I had this crazy dream and you were in it. She's like, yes. She goes into the dance to confront him, but when she does, she just gets shy and runs off, even though he smiles and looks welcoming.
I know, I mean, I understand. Like, honestly, I think that in that situation, I would have been like, how are you? Or like, what's up?
Yeah.
But like, or I wouldn't know. I would wait for him to say something first. But walking away, like, she looked at him like disgusted.
Yeah.
No, I would not do that.
She gave him like face,
Ew,
and he was like,
and he's like, what the hell?
Yeah, he doesn't get it.
Nope.
She gives herself hell for not talking to him, as well as for giving her panties to the geek. We then see all the geeks gathered in the restroom to see the underpants that Ted has. Meanwhile, Long Duck Dong is driving like a maniac, taking Sam home. We see Sam's parents at dinner with the wrist checks. They're pretty obnoxious overall. Like, those people are obnoxious. Sam is dropped off at her house, and Long Duck Dong and Marlene go to Jake's house to party. At this party is literally the entire school. Like, at least the senior class is there, because there's like so many people there. Jake is less than pleased with all the people in his house. Dong shows up and crashes into a car that's parked there with people actually in it, but it has no cares about it. Did you see that?
Yeah.
When he pulls up, he just like is parked on top of the other red car, and there's people inside of it, and they're just like looking around, and it's just like
killing it.
What the heck?
Killing it at all times. Just absolutely doing the best that they can.
Yeah. Ted, Bryce, and Wheeze show up to the party, and Ted has to convince the other two to act normal. They knock on the door, and Long Duck Dong answers, telling them to come in. Like, what? He's nice.
Oh, fun fact. My Apple ID is Farmer Ted, and has been for a couple years.
Is it really?
Yeah. So when I like airdrop people things, it'll be like from Farmer Ted.
That's
or if they type in my
so
email,
cool.
sometimes Farmer Ted comes up, and they're like, "Who's Farmer Ted?" Me.
Jerk. Oh, yeah, that's so quality.
Jerk. Not the word I wanted to use.
Yeah, that's why I clearly said it really fast.
Jerk.
E for explicit.
One of these days.
We're just gonna
cross over.
We're just gonna go.
What are you gonna do? Edit it out? No. It's gonna be left.
It would just have to be in there, and you're gonna
be all shocked Pikachu face, and you're gonna be like, and then for the rest of the stream, it's gonna get even worse. It's gonna just digress. It's gonna start off small.
I'm gonna start talking like Popcat.
I'm gonna start getting words. Rope. I'm gonna start getting rope. Throw me rope and.
Like Poltergeist, just feeding you in there, and then you're just gonna fall in.
It'll have been a long week of using swear words. I'm really good about censoring myself in situations. Like, I swear a lot with friends because it's just funny to me.
Yeah.
I think that swear words enhance the conversation.
Spicy.
They spice it up.
Like SpongeBob said.
But in public, like my friend, we were out at Kroger, and she even said, "I like that you censored yourself," because I said the word, but like there was an asterisk in it. You know when you type it out.
Oh.
So I was like that.
Oh. Okay.
So you can tell what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying it.
You know, I did that in school and got sent to the principal.
Because you're still saying it.
Well, because I said FA. For everybody listening, that's why I'm going to go, what the fuck? See, I didn't say it. I just said fuck.
You're basically saying.
But everybody, I did that.
Like, oh my God. Wait, so I had, what's funny about that? In the auditorium, like our freshman year, they had a thing where they were like, we're going to all watch a movie. And so they pulled in a bunch of like the freshman classes, and we were in there, and I looked over and I saw my friend Mitch. And so I shouted from across the thing. I was like, yo, what up, Mitch?
Yeah. But
no one heard the M.
Yeah.
They only heard the H. And everyone turned and looked towards our direction and was like, oh my God, who just swore across the entire... I was like, guys, come on. I said, Mitch.
I just turned around and looked behind me.
Yeah, that's what I did. Look, I know how not to get caught, okay? One time in gym class, my 6th grade year, before we moved, we were running around. They had us to do this thing that they went around and they would blow a whistle, and we would all stop and sit down. And that's how it went. Well, I used to have this thing where I could, like, with my pubescent voice, I could do a sound that was, like, screaming, but in a short burst. So, like, the longer I, like, loaded up, the louder I would be. So I'm sitting here, I'm trying to show my friend, I'm like, no, I can do it, watch. And I did it, and everyone in this damn gym, like 200 kids, thought it was the whistle. So everyone slows down and stops. And I'm like, oh my God, no. And the coaches, they go, I don't know who thought it would be funny to scream, but I never blew the whistle. Get back up and start running. Everyone start running for 10 more minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, and my friends are like, I know it was you. I heard it come from you. And I was like, shut up. You can't prove it.
No, literally, though. Something happened, and everybody turns around and looks, and turn around and look, too. What I did that. I did that when I honked one time. I honked a horn. I was at a light, and I was all, meep, to go. But it was green. The person behind me turned around all fast. I turned around, too. I put my hand, what? It wasn't me that honked. The guy that looked scary as anything in front of me.
No.
I'm not getting... That's not my business.
Yeah, it's not my business.
So Jake is busy trying to call Sam on the phone, but of course her grandparents are in her room, so they answer the call. Ted and the guys are walking the party, I should say, and Ted leans on a table knocking a bunch of beer cans over, and these giant jock guys look not pleased at all, and he's like, way to go, 5 minutes. He just blames the other guy, who then blames Wheeze, and Wheeze is just standing there like smiling. Marlene and Dong are on a workout bike together, which they should not be because it's way too heavy. Jake comes and slams the door closed on Carolyn when she comes to find him, and her hair gets stuck in the crack. So she has to ask her friends to help get her out. Jake calls again to the grandparents and asks to talk to Sam, but they tell him to stop calling after giving him a ration of crap, man. They're like, look, God did not put me on this earth to get sicko calls by you. So,
I thought that was a really funny interaction between the parents and him.
I also like how the grandparents say Sam's lucky that she has them. Oh, she's lucky she has them. Yeah. She should keep them safe, even though she doesn't appreciate them. So then we see Carolyn stuck in the door again, and her friends use scissors to cut her hair. Marlene and Long Duck Dong
ugly cut it too.
Oh yeah, they just cut.
I mean, I think they if she was to go get fixed, she could. They would just make the top part longer, and then the short would be they would just cut the back really short. Yeah. They'd be like the melon shape. They have to do something. I mean, look, because it looked cute from the front.
I don't know what they're gonna do, bro. Her hair is pretty chopped. Marlene and Long Duck Dong are in the workout room, and Marlene does a clean and jerk, and the weights on one side fall off and crash all the way down into the wine cellar. And then you hear someone say, "Oh, I hope they have insurance." Yeah. Insurance. Someone announces the party's over, and we then see Jake witnessing the destruction that has taken place in his house, or should I say his parents' house, because that's his parents' house, and I don't care how much money you have. How pissed would you absolutely be if you came home?
When I was watching it, I was thinking that it would be better at this point to just get a new house.
Oh, just burn it down.
Yeah.
You know what?
Or buy somebody, pay someone else to come in and clean it up and just sell it.
You're almost not wrong in that point. If I was him, if I would almost just start a fire and just say I accidentally started a fire. I was cooking and popcorn burned, and I started a fire in the kitchen and I burned the house down.
The only thing about that is if they go in and they can find remnants of cans. Because tinfoil and such.
Bro, it is better that I deal with that than deal with soap suds coming out of the air conditioning unit. You've ruined that house. I mean, that house is toasted. You're going to have... And then, I mean, the structural damage that's happened with the weights falling all the way down and then hitting the wine cellar. I mean, how much is that wine worth? I would set it on
fire. Yeah, you're right. I would set it on fire.
Just go ahead and burn it.
I try to get everything that seems meaningful to be look what I snagged really fast. So that, as a parent, you're like, thank God you got family pictures. You know, I'm so proud of you for getting down and get the picture.
I might even burn myself up a bit.
Yeah.
And then be like, well, hey, at least I'm still alive. And then they'll be so happy that I'm still alive.
Or I'll try to breathe in some of the smoke.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. I'll linger in a room for a couple seconds and be like, I gotta get out of here. It's too hot in here. God damn. I'll be like, I ran inside. I'd be like, oh, thank God you guys are here. I just ran inside to grab this photo book and all these chairs that I really liked and all my stuff. And all my just CDs. For a couple seconds. And then I ran out.
You got your entire bedroom out on the lawn.
Yeah, right. Just literally, I used to think about it, honestly, about if our house were to catch on fire, how much time I'd have to get all the stuff I wanted, and there isn't time. No, I mean, there really isn't. I would try to grab my chargers and computers and phones and such.
Yeah,
and then toys, one or two my on my bookshelves. I have a lot of my really important stuff. I'd grab some of that stuff. That means a lot to me. But my memory box is toasted. There goes all my yearbooks. You know.
Yeah.
That would really suck. But I can't chuck that out the window.
No, I would grab you guys.
And even if I chuck that out of the window, it's going to be all on the ground. The house is still going to catch on fire.
Yes.
That's still going to be too close.
Just keep scooting away.
Yeah. That's crap.
So, Jake grabs a beer off the table and finds Ted trapped under the glass coffee table. They stuck him under there. Which would be horrible and frightening. While going to sleep on the couch, Sam is talking to her dad about how they forgot her birthday. Sam's dad realizes that there's something else bothering Sam, and he thinks that she is upset about Jenny's fiance, not Jake. She's like, I know, it's about a certain guy. He's like, we're all sad that he's...
Yeah, I mean, I would be sad too.
So Sam tells her dad about Jake and what is going on, and he gives her some words of advice, which was nice. It was a nice little scene. We then see Jake talking to Ted while Ted fixes drinks. I thought that was funny. The whole time he's just sitting there fixing martinis and everything like that. We find that Jake is actually pretty into Sam and is planning on going after her. I did it's nice that Ted actually cares about Sam and is a bit protective of her at this point. Because he's like, if you don't, I'll either get somebody or myself, I'll kick your butt.
I mean, I think after they have that conversation where in the car, I think that brought both of them together. I mean, that's a lot. That's a big step, I think, in what happens in high school is realizing how to have legitimate conversations with somebody.
Yeah.
And
especially the opposite sex.
Yeah. And then also the age difference, because a lot of the time, like now where I'm at, I realize how much people go through the same stuff you do at the same time. So you sit there and you think no one understands how I feel. And then like now I'm looking back at like I have like a lot of like sophomore friends and freshman year friends and I'm like, dude, just do this. Like you'll be fine. Or just like write it through. You're going to be absolutely perfectly fine. And it's kind of funny to me, but like she is a sophomore, he's a freshman. They're not that far apart.
Right.
And they're sitting there and he's like, here's how I feel about you. And it's almost in a sense where he stops feeling more like that crush kind of feel and more like a younger brother kind of feel throughout the movie, like after this talk. And she's like, here's my problems, how I feel. And he instantly starts trying to make her feel better. You know, he starts trying to do like singing the songs and everything. And so it's a really nice scene. And then afterwards you have where he's at the house and he's talking to the guy that he knows she likes, and he's like hyping her up. Yeah. You know, he's trying to be like, oh yeah, this, but if you're just trying to do this, find somebody else. Yep. You know? Yep. He's like, I'm pretty protective of her, which like, I thought was pretty cool. Yeah. He's all like, she's special. And that's something that's going to change him. And now when he talks to other girls, he's going to see them in a more respectful way. We hope. Like, right. I mean, but like, that's the thing. Like, after he experienced that with her, he was going to realize, you know, all these girls deserve something like a little bit. I mean, even in his interactions with the drunked out girl, I mean, he goes and he takes pictures with her, true, freshman things, whatever. Right. But after they're talking, he's all like he's talking to her. You know, he's like having a genuine conversation at the next day and everything. Yeah. So it's like he could have been really immature about that. Yep. But he matured, grew up a little bit after this. Yeah, I agree. So he has amazing character development in this movie.
So they discuss Carolyn and how all she is interested in doing is partying and how Jake wants more than that. So Jake decides to let Ted not only take a car, but take Carolyn home. So they load Carolyn up in the car due to her being so lit and convince her that Ted is Jake. And again, I do like that he had that foreshadowing where he's like, hey, look, make sure she gets home. You can't leave her in some parking lot somewhere. Yeah. It's like,
so, I mean, at least he said that.
Yeah. It literally ends up in a parking lot.
But he does, end up in a parking lot.
Ted is reluctant, but still takes Carolyn with him. Ted slowly but surely takes the car out, even though he has no license. And then Long Duck Dong jumps out of a tree onto Jake. Bonsai! And he goes right on him. Meanwhile, Bryce and Weeze are dropped up at home by the jocks as if they're friends now, even though they rode in the truck.
He like bridal carries them out, and like, did you see how the second one got into position for it and was like, I'm excited. Like he like shifted and was like, okay, here we go.
Scooted over. He scooted over for him, and I love that part. He's just all scooted.
He's like smiling.
Yeah, and he picks him up. Even though Farmer Ted, yes, I said he is my favorite character, these two, for me, are my second favorites, and they're a tie of second. Because they're like when they're waiting to go into the party, and Bryce is sitting there doing the bass guitar playing and stuff like that. And Weeze is kind of like they're that background comedic for me. So Ted and Carolyn are riding around while Carolyn acts obnoxious. Ted seems a bit put out as he is having second thoughts. However, then she says, I love you, while laying in his lap. And he's like, oh, second thought. So Ted goes by Bryce and Weeze's house to show them and to get a picture for proof. He shows them the car and Carolyn and asks them to take a picture. However, the picture is only the top of his head. Yeah. And they're like, oh, when this black and white would really make this movie. Oh, and they have the whole setup and just get one picture of his head.
But it won't matter proof-wise now because, I mean, they're going
to be together.
They're going to be together. So.
Which was nice because then it's not as disrespectful. Yeah. You know, so.
I mean, at the same time, senior freshman.
Right. They literally, Ted, that's the prom queen. You know, I mean, that's the prom queen of the school. You're with her. What in the world? That's crazy. Here we were thinking it was just going to be some sophomore girl, and you're with the prom queen. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, my only fault with this movie is that I wish that they weren't, or they were like all closer. So like they weren't freshman, senior, or like sophomore, senior, because they're gonna graduate. I mean, they've already had prom.
Yeah.
That means that's like a month or two away from them being out. What are you gonna do? Wait around 4 years?
Maybe. Hey, what are you gonna do? Just you know.
I don't know. Sometimes when movies ends, you can be like, okay, right. Here's how I feel like this is gonna happen.
What's the next day?
But I mean, I'm honest to God, his parents are gonna come back and be like, nope, and they might move, and they're gonna move far away. She can't drive.
Yeah. Either way, his parents are gonna kill him.
Yeah. And then the car as well. He writes out not on the house, but the car.
Yeah, that car is dogged out. Yeah. So we see Sam and Jake both lying, thinking about each other, and then go to the next day where we see Long Duck Dong is laying on the front lawn from the night before. The grandparents are prepping breakfast, and the Sam's mom talks to her about missing her birthday. Sam forgives her, but her brother comes in and gives her heck about it. She's like, don't you have something to say? He's like, what? Are you serious? Where do I begin? You know? Which I like the little brother too, related to him at that age. So Sam is talking to Randy on the phone about not wanting to go to the wedding, and Randy tells her about how her brother paid $1 to see her underwear at the dance. So everyone is loading into the cars in order to go to the wedding, and they see Long Duck Dong passed out on the lawn. They stop and go talk to him, and he is still drunk. He tells them that he crashed the car into a big lake, and Grandma kicks him. Like she just kicks him right in the stomach.
Long Duck Dong, Grandpa is like, talking to you.
Where is my automobile?
Big lake.
They're gripping each other up.
Yeah. God, how pissed would you be? I'd be so mad. Okay, first of all, why would you let him take your car? It's right. Like a complete stranger.
And not knowing of the law. Yeah, it's a bad situation all around. Yeah. That's your fault. You get what you get. And they clearly treat him like crap anyways, because like, oh yeah, he does the lawn work and the laundry and washes dishes and all, and it's like, come on. He's a foreign exchange student, not a slave. So that's what you get, Grandpa. At the church, we find that Jenny has cramps and has decided to take 4 muscle relaxers.
I'm gonna try that next time.
Which, spoiler alert, don't take 4 muscle relaxers. Ted and Carolyn wake up.
Fun.
Oh yeah, she looks real fun.
Well, I mean,
she is actually.
You'd be home and sleeping.
Yeah, you would.
Do we even have muscle relaxers?
Not for you.
We have them?
No.
You said not for you.
Oh, we don't have muscle relaxers.
That's can you buy those at the store?
No, man. That's Xanax.
Oh, it's not over-the-counter drugs?
No. Oh. She took like prescription pills to make herself feel better, and then I don't think so. What is Pamprin? I don't know.
Oh, hold on. Let me look it up really fast. Can you buy muscle relaxants?
Relaxers.
Is it not relaxants?
No, it's relaxers. Look it up. That's so loud. Everybody's like, oh my god, typey.
Sorry, I'm typing relaxants. I spelled it wrong. I spelled relaxants. Why don't you put relaxers?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. Yes.
Low doses are available over the counter, but a doctor can prescribe higher doses as well.
All right. Well, I guess you can take like Dones or, again, Pamprin.
There's gummies.
Oh.
Goli.
I
don't know.
Anyway.
I can't say that.
So at the church, we find that Jenny has cramps and has decided to take 4 muscle relaxers, as I said. Ted and Carolyn wake up in a parking lot and discuss the night before, as well as introducing themselves. And I like that she said she's in the parking lot across the street from her church, and that's the church that Sam is at for the wedding.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. It turns out they had a pretty wild night together. Jenny is at the church getting ready and is out of her mind wacky due to the pills. Jake shows up at Sam's house to talk to her, but Long Duck Dong answers the door and freaks out since Jake beat him up. He mistakenly tells Jake that Sam went to the church to get married, and Jake is confused and leaves. So we then see Jenny is ready to go down the aisle, but then she basically passes out from too many pills. So, spoiler, don't take that many pills. Everyone comes out, and Jenny is basically carried down the aisle by her father. This is one of my favorite scenes. It's great because she's messing with people as she walks down the aisle and sitting down. I've got to take a rest. I've got... And he's like, no, come on. And she's like, okay. And she's like, I love the teacup, or whatever, the teapot, whatever she says about the lady's hat. Mm-hmm. So she finally makes it up there, though. Ted and Carolyn are talking about the night before again, and I guess they are now going to be going out, as Carolyn seems to dig Ted, because she's like, I never dated a freshman before, even when I was a freshman. So I guess they're dating now. Jake shows up to the church to find Sam. However, he finds Ted and Carolyn. So Carolyn and Jake talk and basically call it quits on their relationship mutually, because she's like, I'm good, I'll be okay. And he's like, all right, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's kind of like the most nonchalant breakup I think I've ever seen in my life, because he's like, yeah. And she's like, I'll leave it up to you. And he's like, okay. So, whatever. So the wedding is now over, and Jenny and Rudy are leaving, and Jenny is still pretty messed up. Rudy basically stuffs her into the car while Sam goes back in to grab Jenny's veil. And did you notice that the little old lady is the lady from Poltergeist? Mm-hmm. Okay. So Sam comes out and sees that basically everybody is leaving, and sees that she missed Jenny and Rudy leaving for their honeymoon or whatever. The cars start to split like the sea, and there's a Jake standing waiting for her. And she's like, me? And he's like, yeah, you. They talk, and she goes with him, showing her dad that this is the guy that she's been talking about. We close on them sitting on Jake's dining room table with a cake, and Jake telling Sam to make a wish, and her saying that it already came true, and then them kissing. And then the credits roll, and we fade to black.
And then Jake goes to jail.
And then Jake goes to jail because she's a minor. That's part 2. It's called 16 months in jail. Oh, that was funny. I like that. So, your overall film experience, how have you grown with this movie? Because like you said, as you've gotten older with it, you've changed who you how are. I feel about it. And how you are with the movie.
But I think that's, again, like you were saying, culture and everything changes as well. I mean, I think people forget that things that are said in this movie were more or less okay to say back in the day. But I think it's the fact that you have to recognize that now it's not okay to say, and then not repeating it because it's not okay to say now. That's the difference.
But does that make it not an okay movie? I mean, like, culturally...
Well, no. I wouldn't say that. I would say... I mean, like, I don't think that the comment about her being passed out, like the Melissa joke, wasn't funny. I don't think that was needed. Like, I think... No.
Oh, in the movie. Oh, yeah. I got you.
I think, like, what's the word that I'm looking for? That's a creepy little thing right there. That's like a face. I'm thinking, like, it didn't seem necessarily needed.
Apropos.
So, I think at the time, like, Melissa has never been okay.
Right.
So, that's why at that point, but, like, slurs that are used in this movie...
Yeah, there's a lot of
were used at the time. Like, we've watched multiple different movies where, in the 80s, I mean, that's what was used.
Yep.
So, it's like...
It was just is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, now if a movie came out and they used slurs like that, it wouldn't be okay.
People would be like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, no.
But, see, I think...
But I don't think that I mean, if you don't focus on that part of the movie...
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what makes a movie.
Right.
You can be like... So if this movie came out this year with everything that's just happened, then you'd be like, oh, well, this was a really good movie, except for the fact that they did this. I mean, why was that needed? So they'd be like, okay, good movie, they use slurs. But this movie came out at a point in time where, like, that was the norm. So
gotcha.
You can't fault it for that. I would fault this movie for, like... I like this movie, and again, it is one of my favorite movies. I watch this movie all the time. But, like, again, the age difference, the fact that... I feel like Jake wasn't really rounded well. Mm. He felt kind of bland to me, and was just a love interest. He didn't really have any, like, personality to him other than I'm just looking for some girl that could actually love me and not just some fling.
I gotcha.
So he felt kind of meh to me. It was... I think it definitely was funnier when I was younger, though.
You know what's funny is how I relate with the different characters as I've gotten older. I mean, of course, when this came out, I was, 7? I mean...
So you related to young adult?
I related to the little brother.
Mm. Oh my gosh. Oh, I didn't say that. He literally reminded me so much of you.
Yeah.
I was like, this is literally you.
I mean, he's great. He's just waiting. He's just waiting for something to be, so he can say some kind of cut to somebody. I mean, to everybody, he's just a jerk. And I like that about him. Now, with having daughters and stuff like that and having teenage daughters, I relate more to the dad, and I'm sure eventually I'll relate to the grandfather. And then one day, Dong. I'll relate to
one day. Maybe you're drunk when you're drunked out.
Automobile. Would you recommend it to a friend? Have you recommended it to a friend?
I definitely talk about this movie a lot. Yeah. I like this movie.
Right.
I mean, it's funny.
Yeah.
Farmer Ted.
Yeah.
So.
How many moves do you give to it?
I gave it 3.5.
3.5?
Yeah.
Really? Lower than what I thought you would.
It's not. I mean, it's funny, but it's not like good plot funny.
I gotcha.
It's not like there was a good plot twist where you're like, oh, this was unexpected.
Yeah.
I mean, the entire time it just plays through pretty much. So I give it a 3.5. What did you give it?
4.
4.
Yeah. What's funny is that the guy at work, he was like, I've never seen this before. And I was like, why? He's like, yeah, people always, but I'm not really into romance movies. I'm like, this is so much more than a romance movie. He's like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah.
I hardly even qualify it as a romance
That's what
movie.
I said. I said, I guess the main line of it is her being in love with this guy. And that's kind of where the movie goes to. But the adventure in between, I mean, there's part of the movie she's not even in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Farmer Ted. So I'm like, yeah, I mean, you need to watch this movie. He's like, oh, okay.
We've done favorite character already, but what's your least favorite character?
Least favorite character is Jake.
Yeah, mine's Jake as well. Because again, not rounded and also terrible as a person.
Yeah, and I think the same thing. I think that he was very opportunistic with Carolyn, and now he's going to be opportunistic with Sam. What I mean? I think,
mean, he's not just going to switch over and be like, well, I won't expect this from a minor because she's a minor, but he's going to be like, well, I want you to love me and also do this.
Right. And she's also kind of filled out a whole paper saying what she wants and stuff like that. Yeah. So what's the expectation?
If she was going, yeah.
What's his expectation of what this relationship's going to be?
Yep.
And that's a good question. I mean, and I really am curious as to that.
He's filthy rich, so even if he does get her knocked up,
there is that.
They pay for it.
Pay. All right.
Favorite scene.
Favorite scene is probably them getting out of the trunk.
Yeah.
I would say that's probably one of my favorite scenes is when because just how he scoots over and stuff like that.
Yeah, mine is when he knocked over the shelf in the when she's in the car and knocks over the trying to be smooth and it's all boom, 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 boom.
And again, what's great about that is that he sits there and then he trips over something when he walks behind the car again, making more noise. And then he tries to get into the car and it's locked and she reaches over and unlocks it. When he can just clearly do that himself, but she has to do it. And I think that that's so funny. Those little things like that is what makes these movies great. So yeah.
That's it for me.
That's it? Do you want some trivia?
Yeah, hit me up.
All right. So Molly Ringwald almost lost this part of Samantha Baker to Ali Sheedy, her future co-host in The Breakfast Club. You know which one?
Oh, no.
Yeah, the basket case is Ali Sheedy. Oh. She almost lost it to her. She almost was her. Of all the films Molly Ringwald made with John Hughes, she said that she had the most fun on 16 Candles. Anthony Michael Hall and Molly Ringwald initially disliked each other.
The
Farmer Ted and Sam initially did not like each other.
Oh.
So John Hughes took them to a record store and they bonded after they found out they liked the same music. So one of the groups that they liked was the Rave Ups, which Molly scribbled on Samantha's notebook. If you look at it, it said Rave Ups, which is funny that you wrote it as something else.
I just wrote it as book blah blah.
Right. So I think that that's the book that she had the Rave Ups written on. I think. I'm not sure. Samantha's room was a set built inside the high school gym where they filmed the dance, which is funny because if you remember in Heather's, what's her name's bedroom was also built inside the gym.
Oh yeah, Veronica's.
Yep. So it's just funny that they're always building sets inside of there. Speaking of Samantha's room, Molly Ringwald got to decorate Samantha's bedroom with items from her own house. So she actually got to decorate it, which I think was pretty cool. Give it her feel. John Hughes cast Molly Ringwald after seeing her headshot. Inspired by Ringwald's appearance, he put it up over his desk and wrote the film over a weekend, with her specifically in mind for the lead role. He wrote this movie in a weekend. Yeah.
Well, I mean, to a degree, that kind of shows. Yeah. I think with certain characters not being well developed.
Yeah.
So
I got you.
I think good job. I mean, not good job. Weekend. 2 days is really quickly to write an entire script.
Yeah.
But I think as well you could sum a lot of it up to improv. Yeah. Or being your own character.
Definitely. So he definitely let these people run with the characters.
Yep.
Which is cool. I think that he took a whole bunch of kids and saw their personalities and then developed those characters into those personalities, which I appreciate because I think that makes the movie more whole. Mm-hmm. Do you know who Viggo Mortensen is? Offhand? No. You know the Lord of the Rings movie?
No.
You want to look him up real fast, see if you recognize
How do you
him?
spell it?
Viggo, Vigo. And then it should start bringing up Mortensen. Yeah, him. You recognize
I don't know who this is.
From anything?
No.
All right. Well, he almost beat out the guy for the part of Jake Ryan. And Molly Ringwald actually wanted him to win it because she actually had a major crush on him. Like, she really thought that she wanted him. But,
sorry. So I wanted to show you afterwards.
Anyway.
Because it made me think of it.
Yeah. He almost got the part, but they ended up going with the guy because he was the strong, silent type with just that air about him, and they liked that. So, and of course, I always like to throw him into the mix when I can. Jim Carrey auditioned for the role of Ted the Geek.
He definitely. Oh God, he would have been terrible.
Yeah,
I would not have liked that.
I would not have liked it either. I don't think it would have worked well at all. It makes
the movie for me.
So right, me too. And so when you take it and you make it a Jim Carrey movie, all of a sudden, I think that it would have been way too much. I don't think that it would have been as good. So I think he would have taken away from the character.
Yes.
But again, Jim Carrey, who auditioned for everything and its mother in the 80s.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you had to do sometimes. Make me think of Joey from Friends.
Yeah, you go on 100 auditions for the one, and the one that's going to finally hit you is going to be the one that makes you a superstar. Yep. I mean, the guy's a millionaire, so good job by him.
What's the one thing that he's in where he's like, Party, cause I gotta. That was a popular audio right now.
Yeah, that's
Party, cause I gotta.
Yes, that's not Yes Man. Liar, is it? No, it's the one where he's on the. It doesn't matter. He's the one where he's the news channel. Evan Almighty or Bruce Almighty. Bruce Almighty.
That's my cicada impression.
And that sounds just like them. That, multiply it by 500, and then put it everywhere in the air that it's so friggin' loud that you can't hear yourself think, and that's what it's going to be like here in about a month and a half. Stop.
You want to do it? That's not the same. Do you see how I was doing it? Like,
all right, enough of that. People are like, "Oh my God, I'm off."
Yeah, bye.
Dislike, unfollow, no more.
Dislike.
Yeah. All right. You got anything else?
No.
All right, we're gonna wrap this one up tonight. I'd like to thank everyone for stopping by, including the demon that just did. for our listening to our 48th episode. We definitely appreciate it more than you could imagine. You are such a freak. Of course, the best way to show us that you love us is give us that 5-star review. Not begging, just asking. Demon again. You can email us at the yesteryearpodcast@gmail.com. Twitter's twitter.com/yesteryearpcast. It's top. Instagram.com/yesteryearpodcast. Facebook.com/yesteryearpodcast. You can reach our cicadas by emailing us.
If you are interested in having me as a voice actor for your cicada, hit me up. Yeah. I want $200 payment.
Yeah,
down payment.
up front.
Yeah, and then $300 per hour.
Yeah, and we get a 5% on all of the
merch.
Yeah. We have our Facebook group, the Truffle Shufflers.
Cicada merch.
Which is...
Who the hell is buying that?
You need to draw
They're
one.
So ugly.
Ugh.
They're so gross. Look, I'll do a really quick cicada that just you can see, and if we had puppets, I'd show it on there. We don't yet. Where are you people at? Oh, I drew it wrong.
That looks like a butterfly.
It does look like a butterfly.
Anyway, our Truffle Shuffler secret question is the host name, James and Beth. Our website is theyesteryearpodcast.com, where you can reach all of our episodes, our merch, everything is on there. I really highly suggest that you go to our page. You can leave us a voicemail, which would be really cool to get. We haven't got one in a while.
Kroger. You can go to our links page for buy things. We just have everything.
Oh yeah, man! Go to our store, our affiliates page. We have everything you could possibly need. Yeah, that looks like a cicada. Our Patreon is patreon.com/the nostalgia group. Shout out to the cicada for stopping by. Shout out to Greg Revan for our intro and outro music, of course.
How many do you know off the top? Do you know Patreon people do we have?
Right now, 6.
Once we hit 50, I'll drop pictures of this notepad that I have next to me.
Oh, nice.
Once we hit 50 people, so everyone has to go.
The notepad is priceless.
It is. It's kind of scary.
A little bit. It's like remember mine that I sent you pictures of?
It is like that.
I still have that paper. It's in storage.
I hate that picture.
It's so scary. Like, what? Why when I draw, does everything have to come out like a nightmare?
Yeah, I mean, that's what all of this is.
Ugh.
Scary.
All right. As always, we love you. Say goodnight, cicada. Say goodnight, Beth.
Oh, that was the demon.
Oh, the demon.
Oh, shoot. Good night, everyone.